Hello and welcome to the new Power BI dashboard tutorial video where I will show you a new design or a new dashboard design within Power BI, which is for the logistics business dashboard. So within Power BI, we will be creating this logistics dashboard that will help us understand like how many orders we are receiving, quantity, customers, what is the category splits, based on category and subcategory, what is the shipping mode, and finally what are the locations from where we are getting a lot of orders. So this dashboard within Power BI help you basically put everything in perspective, and for a beginner what I feel is it's a good dashboard that one can create very quickly, let's say within an hour or two, and get the output. Also, an interesting part within this Power BI dashboard is this order date field, which is date is used as a filter. Also over here, order by state, where we have the regions like central region or east region, which is only specific to this particular one, or over here, right? But it is not impacting others. So we can control all of that interactivity based on the settings within Power BI. So I will show you as to how you can create this dashboard from scratch, and end-to-end dashboard, right from what the that data is, and then finally step by step with all the configuration, how you can create this nice and visually appealing dashboard within Power BI. With that, let's get started. So first thing first, where is the dataset? Well, dataset link is present in the description. So what you can do is you can come over here, and in the datasets folder, you need to go down, and there is this data source, which is not over here, but I think it's present here in the Power BI folder. So within dataset, within Power BI, you have this dataset. Okay, so you can download it from here and start creating the dashboard. So this is the dashboard where we have, you can see where we have the title, where we have the filter, the visualization of what do you have, this decomposition tree, KPIs, so on and so forth. So let's create a second page, right? And the way you will going to get the data is using the get data Excel workbook. So wherever you have download, you need to go over there and load the data. Once you will load the data will come something like this in the sheet 1, right? So over here, if you see, this is how the data will going to look like. You have order ID, you have order date, ship date, so on and so forth, that you can look at it, right? Now there are a couple of things which is going on over here. Well, the data set that you will going to get is having a dollar values in sales or profit, right? So the way you need to correct this. So the problem I faced is, let me show you over here in data. If I go in the end, the sales right now is showing 6.3, 480.7, right? But in the initial data set, or when I downloaded and imported it, it was having the dollar value, right? Or even in case of profit, it was having dollar value. So what I did is I simply went inside into the transform data, right? And in the transform data, you have the let it come. So wherever this sales or profit is present, for example this one, if you select this column, right click, and you have replace values. So replace the dollar with the blank. So what you need to write is replace dollar with blank, and click OK. Will replace all the dollar. Same way with profit, right? Replace dollar with profit. Also in profit, you have negative values, because profit can also be negative, right? So you need to remove those parentheses as well while doing this treatment. So if you see, there are a couple of treatments that I have done as part of replacing. So everything is right click, replace values, and it will come as a proper value. So it should be like a proper value that we need in the format, like a sigma sign over here. Okay, so once you have done this configuration, all these small changes, then what do you need to do? You need to start building the visualization. All right, so the first thing first, we need to change the background color of which is this, a lighter shade of like a blue color. So the color code for this will be, you I will show you over here and you will get it in a second. If I go in more color, this is the color D4E8FA. If you want this, you choose this. But the idea behind using this color is that we basically give a good look and feel. There is a different background, and on top of that, all our KPIs and sections are properly displayed. But it should not create any problem in terms of or interfere with the numbers. So that is why the light color. So canvas background, right? And this is the color. So, and transparency, we need to choose. I think what I'm using is 66, or I think 70% is all. 66 is fine. Okay. So once we have this, we need to create the 3 variables. So, or the 3 KPIs. What I meant is, so card over here, if I go down and click it like this, just setting in one of the KPI, and then we will repeat it for rest, right? So that is something we will going to choose. So this is one. So order ID is what we have. So in the field, we will take the order ID. We will come to this drop down and say distinct count 5009, right? And I'll double click on this and say orders. Okay, so that way it will be changed to orders from count of order ID. So this is one, but what I'll do is I will also change the font to, let's say, Calibri, so that it is slightly better, and I'll reduce it to maybe 30. So this way it is quite visible, as well as taking its space, but not too bold as well, right? So once we have done that, I can copy and paste. As you can see, quickly we will start creating this. So copy and paste, and then we will just add it over here. Okay, so orders, right? So we have 3 KPIs. One is the order. So orders, quantity, and customer. And order, if you see, is slightly light color, right? So this is also you can control. So from here, orders, category label, and you can make it a light color like this. Similarly over here, you can make it a light color. So this basically is a good design practices which I'm sharing with you as to how you can you should do that. So we have orders, we have quantity and customers, right? So where is the, so for the second one, we have the quantity is over here. I will just replace it and say in capital QUANTITY, quantity. And similarly over here, what do we have is the customer. So customer ID, this will be the unique count of customer. So for that, I'll come over here and say count district, and double click over here and say in capital customers. So I have my 3 KPIs, and I can hit my save button. Also, this workbook, I will put it in the I will put it there in the same folder where Power BI dataset is present. You can download it from there. Okay, so 509, this and this. Then what do we have? We have the category split, right? So the way we were going to get it is this value, which is category split. We will bring it over here. We will let's expand this. Okay, and maybe expand it till here. So we have to we have to analyze what order, right? So distinct count of order ID. So where is the order ID? So here is this, analyze, not the count, but distinct count. Okay, and explain by, first explain by category, right? So which is product category, and then second is by subcategory, right? So we have expanded this. So once we have done that, it is asking us expand by. So when I click on this plus sign, it says high value, low value, or category. So I say category. Okay, and again plus sign because we have one more dimension. So we will click over here, high value, low value, subcategory. So this is subcategory. Okay, so this is how basically it is working, and you have this arrow sign, which with the help of this you can go down, and this is clearly giving you some idea. This is the highest one. Where is this? Where is this compared to the highest one, right? So this is something which is very, very useful, what I believe, and giving you a sign as to what it is. So you have a couple of these sections where if you see some of the formatting I have done is You can keep the same, or you can keep like this one. So over here you have the bars, right? And in the bars the color is this. So I will just go into the more color, and 2AEE triple E1 I will just select and copy this, right? So this is something you can note down if you want to follow the same color. I'll select this, come over here, bars, and the bars you have the colors. In the colors I'll just select this, the same color, right? And you have these cat labels as well. So these are the bars, and this is the tree, right? These are the connectors. These colors, I will choose the color as this one, so that way everything will be same, right? So we have this, there is this background which I have set, and there is this title which I have set. So the way I have done this is I have added the text box, right? I have added the text box. Let me just come over here, maybe up to this size. I'll just decide it from here, okay, and I'll decide it till here. And in the shape style, the color is this, and I'll make it 80% transparent. Not even 80, maybe 90. Yep. So that way it is giving us, but we don't need borders, right? So I'll select this again, style, we don't need border, and now it will be feel like, you know, this is some sort of highlighted, okay, just to keep giving your dashboard a good look and feel, right? So we have done that, we have done this. Now it's up to it's like the title. Again, for the title I have added the text box. So text box is here. I'll just expand that little bit and drag it over here and keep it till here. So that way I will show the title. The title is category split order decomposition by category. Okay, so we will write this category split, tab, press couple of tabs, and order split by category, or order decomposition by category, based on whatever we need. So we'll just select that, and this one I will keep it very light, okay, and this one I will increase the size, let's say 20, not the 20, 18 is not even 18, 16 is good, I believe. Yeah, okay, 16 also is giving a little bit of, 14 is looks like fine, okay, and we will just bold it, okay. So I'll just select that and bold it, and I will move this here. Let me just try if this is something which I can little bit increase it, but that's fine. I think this much is okay, and I will just tone down the color a little bit so that category split, okay. Focus is here, this is more of a title, right? If you want, you can just select this entire thing, right? Right click, say group, okay, so this will become one, basically entire section. So here you hit the save button, make sure you save this, right? After that, what do we have is basically your so first thing first is I need to have this in this alignment, and then this section and this section. So let's create this after I put it in alignment, ship mode in a month, right? This is where a bit of a setting is going on, so I'll show you. Let me just select it again and bring it down below, right? This much is fine, okay. And next is we have order date, right? If this order date is properly not coming, then with the hierarchy, then probably you may need to select the order date, right, and change it to a date, okay. So what do you need is we basically need the pivot table, and in the pivot table over here, if I just add it up until here and maybe bring it down. Okay, so what do we need is the ship mode. So ship mode is here in rows, and we need month information. So we bring the month from the date part, date hierarchy. So the way we get the month is like this, right? So this is the full basically number or full name, but what I have done just so that it fits well is I have trimmed it down to this particular number or this particular 3-word basically abbreviation. So how you can do that? You need to do few settings. So first setting is from this order date, once the hierarchy is present, we can access its values. Like for example, if I go back, we can say order date dot month to get only the month information. So the way I have done that is coming over here. If you see, this is the order month, this is the short month. So this is where I have added a formula. The formula is once you click on new column, right? You say the new column name is short month equals to left and say order date dot month comma 3. So first 3 character of the month. So that will basically give you the October, June and so and so forth. But what I'm also bringing over here is the actual order month value in the numbers. This will help us do the sorting because this is just a text, right? This is going to give us order month. I'm simply saying month order date dot date, right? So this is giving us the month information as in the numbers. So the way I'm doing that is same thing over here. So we have the short month. So I will going to select this and replace it with the short month. So I'll remove this. Where is my short month? Over here in the column. So it comes as Jan, Feb, March, April, May, because already at one place I think I have already done the sorting. So that's what it is taking up from here, right? But if it is not doing that, the way you need to do that is you basically select this short month, sort by, and then the order month. That last column, if you remember, I think order month or month order is something. Yeah, there you go. Order month is something what we have sorted by. So that way it will bring Jan 1st, Feb 2nd, March, April, May, and so on and so forth. So this is a small setting which we need to do. And I think what we needed the ship mode, not the ship date, right? So same way I have done it based on order month, but if in some scenarios like ship date, it is coming as text, not as a date like this, right? So similar type of settings. Order date, in the end you must have the ship date somewhere here, which is coming as a text. Yeah, there you go, right? So if this is a scenario, just change it to a date, right? Data type change. Yes, we want to change the data type because this will going to build the hierarchy and everything automatically. So once this is done, then you can come back to the report. Now if you see the ship date, the date hierarchy is present automatically, which we can further utilize it, right? Now let's bring in the order ID, which will give us the count, distinct count, right? Is this. We don't need the totals, or if you want the totals, that's also okay. But since we have to do the conditional formatting, that's why we don't need this. So uncheck that, right? So we have this, we have this. Now over here in the values, so you have the values, right? But where I will go is the I think the cell elements. Yes, in the cell elements section, you have the background color. If you enable, this is what the background color comes, right? So wherever the highest order is, so if you select this from here, you choose a value wherever is the highest value. So this is where I will paste that color and maybe make it a little bit dark. So 20 CD C2, okay, come out, and over here this color, but I will make it light because of the gradient. So E4 FP FA, right? So click OK, and this color is now in alignment with other colors that we are having. So for now, what I'll do is I'll hit my save button. Okay. So once this is done, right, then what you need to do is you need to bring in the field map over here, right? So this is where you have the field map. I will just select that, bring it down up until here. Okay. So we have this map, and we have to add the information. So information is by the state. So what is the location? Location is present in the state, right? So different states of United States, right? And then what do we need is basically the information based on, or this color that is based on your the orders that you are receiving. So what I'll do is I'll select that, and in fill colors I will click on FX. This needs to be gradient, and based on the order ID, if it allows count of order ID, it should be distinct count, right? What is the highest value? Again, we will going to choose, or I will enter the color and make it like little bit dark, right? And I will come out, and over here I will choose the same color. Then again I will go into more colors and make it what, light. Okay, so this becomes a gradient color which we need, right? So while it is selected in the map settings, what you need to do is you need to select the light one, so that way it becomes the little bit lighter. You need to show this, or you can uncheck the labels, right? Up to us. And then you have the controls, so maybe the zoom button, if you want, you can choose and you can add it, right? That way the zoom is present, and we can select this. Also over here, this is fill colors, style is completed, and pretty much, you know, the gradient and everything is also completed. So with that, I will just expand that. I was checking what I had done, if I have added any values or anything, right, in terms of any legend or anything. So nothing is there, even nothing is present here, right? It's just that I need these sections as well. So for that, what I will do is I will bring it down a little bit, okay, and not maybe this much, but maybe up till here. And then what I will going to take is the slicer, and in the slicer I will going to add the region, and then come over here in the format slicer settings. From vertical list I will choose the tile, and I will bring this up, okay, and I am going to, maybe this much is fine, right? So up to us how much more we want. Let's reduce this. Yeah, this should be okay. And slicer settings, slicer header, we don't need border, right? Or maybe very light border, right? So that it's just there, but it's not complicating it. So just reduce it up until here. And what do we have? Orders by state is just the title, right? So what we can bring in is over here box, and we will say order by state. Okay, select this, bold, and let's make it what, 12 or maybe 14, just so that it is same as the above, right? So if I bring it over here and I reduce it till what, here, yep, and I'll increase this up until here. So this all looks like one part, and over here we don't need the title. So in the general we don't need the title. orders, we can say orders by state. Okay, now only thing is over here in this section, right, in the format there is this edit interaction. So this needs to be filtered, right? But we don't want to filter this, 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 we want to filter this. So we will not keep it, so we will just select it. So once this is done, uncheck the edit interaction and you will see central, east, south. Okay, this is also changing, right? So it should, what we decided is should not change. So over here we will just say that it should not change. Okay, I don't know, let me just make sure that it is not changing, none. Alright, but this one is not having any impact. Okay, so this is because over here you may have the region, but ideally it should not change because even over here you have the change. So if I show you over here the setting, which is similar setting which I did, is if I choose west, it is not changing, right? If I choose south, it is not changing. If I choose east, it is not changing, right? Okay, so it has two, it has here and here. So looks like I need to make one quick setting, which is again selecting this and in the format, when we click on edit interaction, right, because we have grouped it, right, so that is why I believe this is creating an issue. So if I just reduce it further, it is basically creating that issue, where I think there I did all of those settings later, all of this. So now over here I need to uncheck this. So this may create a problem, but not this one. So this one is related to the title, right? So now if I just select this and bring it up here, it should not change. Okay, so if I select south, now you can see it is not changing. So this may happen. So be aware of this as to what it is, because it should work as per our expectation. So wherever we don't need filter, we select this. Wherever we want the filter, like over here, we just select this filter and this should be good. Okay, now what we are left with is with the title. So for that, what I'll do is I'll add the text box and drag it up till here. From the border here, I will going to pick this up and slightly up. Yeah, that much is fine. And then till this border, right? And then I will just add maybe how many tabs I have added? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is good. And we were going to write in caps logistics dashboard, and let's select this and make it big. How about 24? Good enough. Bold is fine, and color is something, let's keep it this. Okay, logistics dashboard, up to us what color we need, right? And over here we need the 2 lines, like it is present over here, just to give it a good look and feel. If I just bring it down, maybe in alignment with the center. Yeah, so generally these 2 lines is also something you can use it more like a number of filters, which is present over here. In one of my previous videos I have shown how you can create the collapsible filters, so that is also something can be used. So this is nothing but, if you see where I am, home, insert, shapes, lines. In the line, where is the line? Over here. Okay, this is the line. Let me just take it out, maybe here, and the color we need to change it. Sorry, style. Color is something what we need like this, but if you see, the color is not changed, so you need to change the border as well. So I struggled a little bit over here, as to why this is not changing. So border is also need to be changed. So this is one, right? You can make it, I don't know, maybe 3px. 2 is fine, I guess, right? So we'll just reduce it further till here. I think good enough. Let's just put it over here, right? Copy and paste the second one in alignment with where we want. Okay, with the help of mouse probably. Yeah, this much is good. And then with the help of dragging it up, selecting the both, right click and group. Come on, right click, group. So this is now grouped, and I can then bring it down with the help of my mouse if it ever allows me. Yep, there you go. So we have this, and finally what we also need is the slicer for order dates over here. So that will be your order date field, which is from range. We don't need a range like this. So slicer settings, slicer header is okay. Between so you have vertical list between two values, right? Slider, we don't need slider, right? Values is present like this. Let's just put it like this and maybe up until like this and trim it over here. Now the title is not appeared, right? Probably here order date is coming, so we may have to just increase the size little bit. It will appear, as you can see, right? So with that, our dashboard is pretty much in a stage we want. If you see over here like this, a very simple and straightforward with a very good look and feel as to what you can do. Now enhancement, a lot of enhancement that can be done for sure in this, right? Especially let's say if we talk about the KPIs, now number of orders, if we select a period, right? So we can do the comparison with the previous period and all, right? Also you can create slicers which is based on comparison. So you compare one order with another order. So maybe a filters is something you can add. So over here the ship mode, we are viewing the ship mode, right? But we can make it dynamic, right? Along with ship mode, let's say we want for example by I don't know by let's say category, right? Or any other field. So a lot of enhancement that can be done or that can be made to make this a one. The another one is which I will probably try to make is like this one. It will be a little bit challenging. I know there is a trick by which you can do that. I can't really remember it right now because what I tried is I selected this. I tried to make it auto weight. Generally it should be, my recommendation is should be an option. So we have style, we have grid. I think in the grid also you don't have anything. You have the column headers or row headers, column title, the values, right? I did not see any option which will basically going to give us the automatic width. So if you see auto size width is only just so that it is as per the names over here. So I don't know, maybe we need to add some space in each name. If that is a solution, maybe a space in the end, right? If that is a solution or something else, I don't know. But this is something which little bit tricky. I have seen I think some solutions out there, but I can't really recollect how it needs to be. But this is something which I would just make in few seconds, or you can make it in few seconds as to spaces. And the spaces which I was also mentioning is when we have created this, right? Short, left, right, and I don't know if it allows ampersand. ampersand is concatenation generally, and if I add 3 or 2 spaces, does it allow? Okay, looks like it allows. So over here, no, I don't see anything is happening over here. Maybe it's because of the auto it or something, but that's pretty much about it. This is the last thing which I will do, and let me know if you have any question, right? I will be posting more and more videos, so make sure you subscribe it, and I'll meet you in the next video with the new topic.